Welcome back to the Myth series in depth. Now that we got the Trow on our side, we are ready to put them to work and take back the city of Muirthemne. Muirthemne was destroyed by Balor prior to Myth the Fallen Lords and is the homeland of the Journeymen. This mission occurs 25 days later after defeating the Trow in the game of Flag Rally.
Thursday, February 26th. Outer walls of Muirthemne. Today, after more than 2 months of separation, we have finally rejoined the rest of the Legion. I will not even hazard to guess the thoughts of those who first sighted the mighty Trow accompanying our force. After we settled in, Garrick told us of events in the west. Shiver's attack on White Falls came as expected, and the battle there raged for the better part of a month, until Beldon and the 7th Legion swept up from the south and attacked Shiver's flank. Her army was forced to retreat east toward Willow, and the combined forces under Ulrich and Beldon fell upon her rear guard, destroying it utterly. The victory was short-lived, however, as Shiver returned a week later with an army of Mircredia. This time we were pushed across the meander, and now Tandem's fall is inevitable. So the king has decided on a new course of action. The Legion must capture Muirthemne, though for what purpose we cannot tell, for the city holds no strategic benefits. King Ulrich himself plans to be here within the week, and we must capture the city before he arrives. Our scouts have returned from the city proper bearing grim news. The Shade Herod and a great number of Fetch and Mircredia are occupying the old armory just inside the city walls. Tomorrow we lay siege to Muirthemne with the aid of the Trow and a team of dwarven mortars. Breaching the massive wall that protects the old armory is foremost on our list of objectives. While that curtain stands, our infantry is but grist for the mill.
There is a journal image that shows the Trow traveling with the soldiers as they rejoin the rest of the Legion. The Legion soldiers were shocked to see the Trow marching with fellow soldiers. I am sure the soldiers of the Legion were told tales of the Legion's battles against the Trow since they were kids. Once again, we hear from Garrick, who became the leader several missions back in Gonan's Bridge. Shiver attacked White Falls, and the Legion was able to hold her off long enough for Beldon and the 7th Legion to attack her flank from the south. Ulrich and Beldon were able to defeat her at that time. We heard from the 7th Legion earlier in the journal for the Great Library. The 7th Legion was sent at that time to weaken Soulblighter's army before it could become larger, while the Legion we follow was sent to retrieve the Total Codex in hopes that we could be able to stop him from bringing about the Mircredia. It seems that both tasks have failed, but at the very least the 7th Legion did a good job of fending off Shiver initially. Garrick tells us that Shiver returned just a week later with an army of Mircredia that were able to cross the Meander River and are heading for Tandem, which will no doubt fall. There is a journal image showing the Mircredia that were in Shiver's new army. Because there is no hope for them to defend Tandem, Ulrich now plans to capture Muirthemne, but he does not reveal his plan of why he wants to do this at this time. King Ulrich will be joining the Legion within the week at Muirthemne. The Legion scouts tell us that Muirthemne is being defended by the Shade Herod along with his forces. There is a journal image showing Herod with a couple of Fetch walking along the city walls. The Shade Herod is not mentioned anywhere else in the Myth games. Apparently, the enemy is occupying an old armory just inside the city walls. This will cause trouble for us as they will be using some cannons against us that they likely found within the armory. Our mission will be to breach the walls so that we can send our dwarves into the city by air balloon. We will be controlling some dwarven mortar units that are arriving by air balloon also. There is a journal image showing the dwarves getting ready to get into their air balloons to go off to battle. We saw the air balloons before in the Myth the Fallen Lords in an image from Sons of Mirgard, the mission where Balin called the dwarven paratroopers to aid him against the ghouls. The air balloons first appeared in the game though in the mission The 5 Champions, where 5 heroes were sent to rescue Ulrich, whom was imprisoned by the Deceiver. There is a journal map for that mission that shows the air balloon that carried them across the cloud spine while the passes were filled with snow during the winter. The Dwarven Mortar is the new unit in this mission. Just like their name implies, they shoot mortars, which give them a much farther range than throwing a grenade by hand. The Soulblighter manual tells us that the dwarves developed technologies of mass destruction after the Great War, and they developed mortars. Only a few dwarves have been trained to use mortars, and some of the dwarves have blown themselves to pieces while trying to learn to use them properly. Here are the Dwarven Mortar flavor texts. Si vis pacem para bellum is Latin for "if you want peace, prepare for war." This phrase was used recently in the movie John Wick Chapter 3. Si vis pacem para bellum has become a national motto for the dwarves, and the advancements they have made in the area of explosives over the past 60 years have been awesome to behold. Benarin, son of Snorro, best explained the character of the men of the elite mortar brigade when he said, "It takes a certain kind of maniac to carry fire in his fist and death on his back." The game does not mention Benarin or Snorro anywhere else. I like the image in my head of a bunch of dwarves laughing to themselves as they create these crazy explosives, sometimes accidentally blowing themselves up in the process. Pretty awesome stuff. Now let's jump to the mission. The ancient capital is occupied by fallen forces. Find a weakness in the city wall and blast through it with your dwarven mortars. The assault will fail if you lose your dwarves. Eliminate the forces guarding the city and clear the way for an airborne assault. This is a cool mission because we get Trow. We also get Dwarven Mortars, so it's... by far, it's like the coolest units we had in any mission so far. So... yeah, there's these cannons shooting everywhere, but if we stay along this back wall, we're fine. If you get too close, we're going to the side because there's 3 cannons, and only if you're along the side, only you can't get surrounded. Then also only 1 cannon can shoot at you, so there's just a lot of advantage on being on the side. I think the cannon can shoot close to this thing though, so but we're gonna go. There's some Ricridia up here. There's Ricridia all over in this barren wasteland. You see, the cannon likes to shoot where you're heading, so I turned around. You see, and it shot where I would have ended up if it had, if I kept walking in that same direction. So I just switched directions and I'm fine. So I'm gonna bring them back to my Dwarven mortars, and we're gonna deal with these guys. Come on, spread out. I hate when they like clump up on their own. It takes two Dwarven mortars to kill 1 guy. So I like to split them up. Who's shooting to? Let's see if we can beat this with no damage. I probably will use my Trow too much. They'll probably take some damage, but this is definitely like a good mission to do for no damage. Seems to always want to shoot at your units that are in the front, so usually it goes at the Trow. At least for me, because my Trow are usually ahead of my doors. So I'm kind of setting them over here so that the mercs will kind of run into the Trow first. Definitely baiting with the Trow is a really good strategy on this mission. I can kill that guy. It's just like, oh, you know what? It's probably gonna hit him. Oh, he didn't get an attack off. Still no damage. At least I don't think I got any damage. Wait, these guys might have took some hits. Yeah, because I think this guy's full health, but yeah, these guys took some damage. Probably from the mortars shooting too close, but oh well. These group of mercs, then some more coming up there. Catch! Let's just finish him off with a trout. It's right, I can take some damage. It's alright. They might not... I think they got some hits off, but they didn't really get much off. It's probably going to be right here. Yeah, I knew it. It's because the dwarves are closer to the wall right now than my trow. Let's see, is there any... There might not be any other mercs coming. We're just gonna run up to the... up here to the defenses. Yep, it's pretty predictable where the cannon is going to go, so just keep that in mind as you're listening to the... Make sure you're listening to the sounds, you got your sounds up, and you'll be able to hear that. So we're going to get up here, and then our next stage of the plan will start. Okay, alright, so now we're up here. So there's kind of two ramps like this with a bunch of mercs and a couple fetch. Well, there's 4 fetch on each ramp. There's one here, and there's one on the north side. Like, this is just like the wall just runs north and south the whole ways. So, as soon as we engage this ramp, the units on this ramp that are defending this ramp, the north ramp will also come down. But before we do that, there's some other units kind of in between the ramps that are going to charge us. So if we bring our trow up like somewhere around here, yeah, here comes some other mercs. And so we can kill these guys, because if we start engaging these guys are all going to come too. There's quite a few of them, so it's just going to make our lives so much more difficult. So it's best just to bring them out now. Okay, there's definitely more coming. We'll just keep the saves coming so we don't gotta reload. Yeah, we'll just kill him with our trow, that's fine. Okay, there's definitely more. That's not all of them. So you can see if all these guys are coming down at once while you're fighting all these guys on the ramp, it's way more difficult. Oh, I did not mean to bring the guys on the ramp down. Went too close. I'm gonna try to group them up a little bit. There we go. And the mercs are gone. Okay. I think that might be all of them. Oh no, there's some more. There is some more. We can kill them quickly though with our dwarven mortars. Okay, that might... Let's see if that's all of them. Let's fast forward a little bit. Yep, okay, we're good. So now we can engage these guys up here. So now we don't have to deal with that endless stream of units while we kill these guys. We just deal with the fetch and we kill this last one with the mercs. But the last merc with the trow, I mean, what I said made no sense. I'm not even sure what I said, but did it make sense? I know that. Okay, pretty soon we're gonna have all these other mercs that are coming from the other side. They're gonna be here any second now, so we gotta get in position. Fortunately, we don't have time to get up the ramp. Just coming over it because I wasn't sure if they were going to kill him. Wanted to protect my dwarves with the trow. That should be all the mercs. I think they come in two groups because one is the one side of the ramp and the other is the other side. I think. There's still the fetch coming down, but we won't see them for a little while because they're a lot slower than the mercs. Sometimes these cannons can fall on you, so, you know, just watch out for that. We'll see the fetch pretty soon, I'm sure. Dude, there's that cannon fell. Oh, it killed my doors. I told you, didn't I, guys? I told you that it could kill you, and look what happens. It's like I jinxed myself by mentioning it. There's two more. There's 4 fetch on that side. There's one. They're so soft that you don't even like need to like get a good hit on them in order to kill them. Okay, so here's the broken wall right here that we're gonna blast through. But before we do that, we want to take out this other cannon.
Hey, that looks like a good spot.
So here's that other ramp. That's where these units were at that all came down once we engaged the other ramp. No, Herod is on the other side of this wall. So we're going to blast our way in and we're going to use this wall to our advantage. So if you hit low on this wall, it won't blow up. You kind of have to hit up here, kind of. But we don't want to destroy it just yet. Okay, I think like right there it takes one more hit. So if you come up here, there's a fetch here. Like when we first blow this up, there's going to be a bunch of mercs that come out, and then this fetch and one other one. So, but if we can kind of shoot like right here, you can kill them. Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything else, and unfortunately, the rest of the units don't come out. So it'd be funny if you could just shoot them all from there, but the game won't let you. So you gotta destroy the wall now and let them through. So now they're all gonna come out. I'm gonna stop them because I don't want them to try to shoot and just shoot into the wall. I'm gonna try to alternate our fire. Should alternate our fire again. I don't know why those doors try to go forward. Okay, that's the first group done. So now we got, there's a bunch of fetch back here. Let's see if we can see. Actually, we just need one trowel going ahead. Okay, let's see. So there's a bunch of mercs here, a bunch of mercs here. There's the shade, and there's a bunch of fetch. I think they're... Oh, there they are. There's 3 there, and I'm guessing the other 3 right there. So there's a bunch of fetch. But what we want to do is these units like to run up here and then retreat. So we're gonna bring them out. They're all gonna rush us. We don't want to come too close because he has dispersal dreams. And then we're gonna blow up this group of mercs with it. Oh, I went too close. Perfect. Oh! Too close to the wall. Like, he can use his dispersal dream. I thought I was far enough away, but that is wrong. Okay, so don't do that. Don't go too close ahead. You know, I was just too close. Okay, bring him back. And then run. I hate how they're like clumping up like they are. So he's gonna waste his personal dreams on this guy. That's what we want. And then then we can just distract these units with that one trowel. I'm taking a little bit of damage, which isn't ideal, but if we kept him closer, he wouldn't be able to use his dispersal dream there. But then the fetch can shoot us. So now we could either he has no dispersal dreams either left because he used 3. We can just let our... Seems like he's struggling right here. That's weird. And then here's our reinforcements, and there's actually a merc like right here that I think stays alive right there. I guess we couldn't see him, but that's that mission. Dwarven mortars are gonna get most of your kills, but you could also get a lot of kills with the trowel depending on how you use them. But I don't like to just... The mercs get hits on them. It's bad to get your trowel surrounded by mercs, so... Yeah, anyways. The windscreen shows one of the dwarves carrying his mortar through the damaged walls of Muirthemne with some trowel behind him. Gotta use 2 hands to carry these things for safety. The lost screen shows one of the dwarves dead with the mortar next to him. So sad to see him die from what was likely a Macridia rather than accidentally blowing himself up with the mortar. The broken walls outside that we hide behind as we head up to the walls of Muirthemne are like the remnants of buildings that existed prior to them being destroyed by Balor. There are similar walls on the inside. Inside the walls you can see what looks like the top of a pyramid. If you think about it though, we can actually see close to the base of the structures. The way you can tell this is the level of the ground is similar to where the level of the wall is. The ground near the wall has no sand on top of it. This tells me that one of these structures is likely the armory that was discussed in the journal. The architecture on these structures is unique to say the least. All of the sand in this mission would have not been there prior to Balor destroying everything here and thus creating the barrier. The area around Muirthemne was mostly farmland prior to this. If you take a closer look at the walls, you will see some designs that look like spiders. Were these created by the spider cultists that once resided in Muirthemne? Perhaps the citizens of Muirthemne once respected the spider cultists enough to allow them to put their designs on the walls of the city. Well, that is it for this mission. See you next time in the Ibis Crown.